Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. What's the most famous tiara in the world? Well, certainly the most recognizable would have to be the one in which the Queen has been depicted on British banknotes and coins. The first £1 note that carried her portrait was issued on March 17, 1960. But the story behind the tiara she wears is lesser known. The Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara was gifted to Queen Mary in 1893 by Lady Eva Greville, who later became one of her ladies-in-waiting. It was then given to Mary's granddaughter, the Queen, née Princess Elizabeth, as a wedding present. Royal tiaras have played an enduring role in British heritage. Here is a selection of the most famous royal tiaras that have been worn by royals across 3 centuries. The Queen Mary Fringe Tiara. The Queen Mary Fringe Tiara was created in 1919 by E. Wolfe & Co. for Garrard. It reuses diamonds taken from a necklace/tiara purchased by Queen Victoria from Collingwood & Company. In August 1936, Mary gave the tiara to her daughter-in-law, Queen Elizabeth, later the Queen Mother, who later lent it to her daughter, Queen Elizabeth II, for her marriage to Prince Philip in 1947. The Queen's daughter Princess Anne then wore it on her wedding day in 1973. In July 2020, the special piece was back in the spotlight once again, when the Queen lent it to her granddaughter Princess Beatrice for her wedding to businessman Edoardo Mappelli Mozzi. The bride also chose a vintage wedding gown. She walked down the aisle in her grandmother the Queen's 1960s Norman Hartnell dress. The Lovers Not Tiara. The Lovers Not Tiara, sometimes referred to as the Cambridge Lovers Knot, was a favourite of the late Diana, Princess of Wales. The Duchess of Cambridge has been seen sporting the pearl and diamond tiara on several occasions, and she wore it to Buckingham Palace in 2015, the first time it had appeared since Diana and Prince Charles' separation. It was originally created for Queen Mary in 1914 by Garrard, using existing jewellery in the monarch's collection. The design is thought to have been based on her grandmother, Princess Augusta of Hesse's piece. It was inherited by Queen Elizabeth II and then lent to Diana on her wedding day in 1981. The Diamond Bandeau Tiara. The Diamond Bandeau Tiara is possibly one of the most recognized tiaras to date, due to the fact that the Duchess of Sussex wore it for her marriage to Prince Harry in 2018. The diamond and platinum encrusted headbands were like many of the most famous royal tiaras originally made for Queen Mary in 1932. To accommodate one of the prized 10 diamond brooches that were gifted to her by the County of Lincoln. Fellow wearers include Princess Margaret. The Spencer family tiara. Though the late Diana, Princess of Wales, was gifted the Lovers Not Tiara by the Queen on her wedding day, in 1981. She chose to wear a family heirloom for her marriage to Prince Charles. The Spencer family tiara is not in the royal collection, but is still among one of the most famous British tiaras. It is comprised of jewellery from different eras and jewelers and has changed over time. The ends of the headpiece are said to be parts of a tiara that was once owned by Francis Mandy and left to Lady Sarah Spencer in 1875. The central part of the crown was given as a wedding present in 1919 from Lady Sarah Spencer to Cynthia, Viscountess Althorpe, Diana's grandmother, while, in 1937, Garrard was commissioned to create 4 matching elements. Diana's 2 sisters also wore the crown for their wedding days. The Greville Emerald Kokoshnik Tiara. The Greville Emerald Kokoshnik tiara is a similar shape and style to the diamond bandeau headpiece that the Duchess of Sussex wore for her wedding day in 2018. Its central 93.70 carat cabochon emerald gem is a unique feature, and Princess Eugenie chose to wear it for her marriage in October 2018. Made by Boucheron in 1919, the sparkling piece was left to the Queen Mother by socialite Margaret Greville. The platinum halo also features rose-cut diamonds, 6 smaller emeralds, and an openwork pattern. The Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara holds pride of place on British coins and banknotes. It was originally a wedding gift given to Queen Mary in 1893 and was purchased using money that was raised by a committee led by Lady Eva Greville, who later became a lady-in-waiting. The piece can be dismantled to be worn as a necklace or a coronet and, in the early 1900s, the base was removed so it could be worn as a separate headband. Queen Elizabeth II, at the time, Princess Elizabeth, was given the tiara and bandeau for her wedding to Prince Philip in 1947, and the two pieces later became rejoined in 1969. The Halo Tiara. The Cartier Halo Tiara was commissioned by George VI in 1936, 3 weeks before he ascended the throne. He gave it to Queen Mary, later, the Queen Mother, who then gifted it to Queen Elizabeth II on her 18th birthday. It was then inherited by Princess Anne, who has worn it several times and was the tiara of choice for the Duchess of Cambridge on her wedding day, in 2011. The subtle headpiece features 739 brilliant cut diamonds and 149 baguette diamonds. The Meander Tiara. The Meander Tiara is the only tiara in the royal collection that belongs to the family of Prince Philip. It is currently owned by Princess Anne, who was last seen wearing it to the Dutch state banquet in 2018. It is thought to be either a wedding gift given to Philip's mother, Princess Alice, around the time of her marriage to Prince Andrew of Greece and Denmark in 1903, or a jewel that she inherited from her father-in-law, King George I of Greece, who died in 1914, made up of diamonds and reportedly created by Cartier. Its unique geometric design caught the eye of Zara Phillips, who wore the tiara on her wedding day in 2011. The Lotus Flower Tiara. The Queen Mother commissioned Gerard to repurpose a pearl and diamond necklace, gifted to her as a wedding present from her husband George VI, into the Lotus Flower Tiara in 1923. Princess Margaret inherited the tiara and wore it with a beehive in the 60s, then loaned it to Lord Linley's wife, Serena, for her wedding day in 1993. The Duchess of Cambridge is a fellow royal fan of the tiara and has been seen sporting it for several state occasions. The George IV State Diadem Crown. The George IV diadem crown was originally made for the famously extravagant coronation of King George IV in 1820. It has been worn by Queen Victoria and was famously worn by Queen Elizabeth II for her coronation, in 1953. The sculptural gold, silver, pearl and diamond headpiece, set with 1,333 diamonds, including a 4-carat pale yellow brilliant in the center, also features in the portrait of the Queen that appears on British stamps, and the 4 sprays represent the national emblems of the United Kingdom. She also wears it to travel to and from the state opening of Parliament. Other than these royal tiaras, there are many more which cannot be covered in just one video.